Okay class, in this example again continuing, so we need some initial values here actually. So with initial values I mean that for example we need the value of a1 here because I just explained you. For example if you put t equal to 1 here, so what it will become? It will become a0 and b0, which is not what we require, right? Because the initial forecasting is a1 plus b1, right? So when I put t equal to t is equal to 1, this becomes f of 2 is a1 plus b1. When I put t equal to 1 here, it becomes a of 0 here, right, and b of 0. So what we do, we have alpha and beta, and along with that we take the initial values of a1 and b1, right? So we take initial values of a1 and b1. So for initial value of a1, if you see, what we can do, we can take the first value of that term, right? We can take the first value, not a rule, there are some other methods also, but for simplicity we are just taking a1 to be the first value here. So a1 is 26. Remember, in case of exponential smoothing, you took the mean of the sample and gave it as the first value, f of t, right? Similarly, and for example, for the slope, right? Because see, b represents the slope here, right? Because we have our equation as y equal to bt plus a. Now you want to calculate the slope, right? So you have 2 points x and y, right? I mean, this is of course time and demand, but I can take it like a coordinate system x and y. So if you want to calculate the slope in a normal situation, you take y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Simple basic algebra. So I have 2 points now, 1 and 26, and I take the last point, 6 and 35, right? So the y will be 35 minus 26 upon 6 minus 1 is equal to 9 by 5 is equal to 1.8. So initial value of a1 and b1 is computed like this. So because b represents the slope, right? B is a slope factor, bt. B is a slope. So I computed the slope between the two extreme points of the given data set, and for a I am assuming the initial value. As a homework, you can try to assume the second value of, that is 28, as a and see how much the final prediction changes. Okay. So I hope things are clear till now. So the only issue with holds is when you do the calculations manually, they become a bit long, right? So now when we put t equal to 1, right? Let me write, when t is equal to 1, we have f2 is equal to a1 plus b1. We assume these two values, so we have 26 plus 1.8 is 27.8. Now let us compute when we had, see, we had t equal to 1. Now when we make t equal to 2, right? So let us compute a2. T equal to 2, right? So when I put t equal to 2, this becomes alpha into d2, right? Alpha into d2. So alpha is 0.2 multiplied by d2. What is d2? d2 is 28 plus 1 minus alpha is 1 minus 0.2, which is 0.8, into t was 2 here, a1 plus b1, right? 2 minus 1 is 1. So this becomes basically a1 plus b1 is nothing but this value, or this plus this. So this is 27.8. Right? Similarly, let us calculate when b2. So this is beta. Beta is 0.3. Right? a2 minus a1. Right? So when you compute this a2, this basically is equal to 27.84. Right? 80. So a2 minus a1. Right? So 0.3 into it directly, class. So this is 1.84. So there is. I'm just pausing the video for calculation verification. Yeah, okay class. So this was A2. So A2 is 27.84 minus A1, which is 26. This minus this is 1.84. Plus 1 minus beta is 1 minus 0.3, which is 0.7 into B1. B1 was 1.8. Right? So this is now equal to 1.812. Right? Now just see class, the previous value of B1 was 1.8. The next value of B2 is 1.812, right? 1.8 I can take it as 800. So you can see the slope is slightly shifting, right? 1.800 to 1.812, right? So you can see the Holt's model is slightly adjusting the slope. Also if you see the A from 26 became 27.84. So there is a slight change in the intercept, right? So if you have a linear line like this, it may somehow go like this, right? Since basically the value is increasing, so tan increases as the value increases, right? 21.8. So basically it will be something from this point, the slope will slightly increase, right? Because the B was 1.8 to 1.81, right? This is a bigger angle than this. This is a bigger intercept than this, right? 27.84 is a larger intercept, and which makes sense also, right? Because if you see, this is our from 26 to 28 and from 28 to 29, we are progressing, right? So since we are progressing, the slope actually should increase. Now similarly, we have F3 is A2 plus B2, because F3 is this, A2 plus B2, 27.84 plus 1.812, which is equal to 29.652. Even if you see the value of F3 is 29 and the predicted by Holt's model is 29.652, right? So this is how the Holt's model basically progresses. So this is page 4, page 5. So now let me draw a table quickly, right, for the values of DT, AT, BT and the forecasted one, right? So I am just pausing the video. Okay class, so I have computed all the values succeeding for. So we have the period 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 26, 28, 29, 35. So these are nothing but these values. And I compute AT and BT. If you see, the initial value of AT is taken as this value. Initial value of BT basically is 35 minus 26 and 6 minus 1, the slope. So now you can see the final prediction for F7 for the period 7 by Holt's is 36.32 and my linear regression is 36.06. So it depends on the data. If we cannot say that Holt's is better on linear regression, but you can see by the logic Holt's has a better capability model, right? Even if you see the slopes, right? If you see that 28 was the actual, Holt's predicted as 27.8, which is very close to 28. For 29, it shot up a bit. For 31, it again gave 31.29, which is very close. 32, it gave 33, and for 35, it reduced. Right? Also, you can see, because the variation is not same. If you see from 26 to 28, it made a jump of 2. So Holt's model tried to adjust the slope, right? Because you need to jump at a higher value, right? So from the initial value of 1.8, it made to 1.81, and you can see the forecast became this one. But from 28 to 29, it was a sudden steep of only 1, right? You increase by 2 and reduce by 1, right? So from the initial value, there is a depreciation here, right? It again increased, but only by a value of 1. So it had to readjust the slope. So it tried to readjust, bringing from the slope from 1.88 to 1.77. So this is how Holt's model actually works. and we will solve another example in the assignment in the lab. Basically, we will compute the moles by hand also, because once you compute these values by hand, you actually get a feel how the model is, dependent on the previous values and has an effect on the future value. So again, if you see Holt's formula, it considers every point in the data set. Second thing, it assigns progressive weights. So if you can just see like exponential smoothing, if you expand this particular terms, it will have lower weights to the older value and higher weights to the newer value. You can see that we have alpha dt here, right? So alpha will assign a higher weight to this. As we know, this value keeps on reducing as the exponent increases here. So that's about the Holt model with an example. Thank you.